How do you game on one device, be it a PC, console, whatever you want, and then send that over to a streaming service such as Twitch or Mixer via a dedicated streaming machine, such as this one over here? Well, let's get you up and running with dual PC streaming. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to stream with a dedicated streaming PC. Now, if you haven't been here before, my name is Michael and these are my different views. This channel is here to help you improve your quality with streaming and also just video creation in general. So if your passion is to live stream to an audience or create videos that will be watched at any moment, we have you covered. Before we dive deep into this, I want to reiterate, yes, I really do mean that you won't lose any resolution whatsoever. So that means if you're gaming at 2K or 4K, you can still game at those resolutions. And if you're gaming on a monitor that does 144 Hertz, you don't have to lose that either. This that I'm going to share with you is the best way that I have found to dual PC stream. It's worked out for me for a long time now, and I am happy to share it with you. I also do want to say that you can transfer this stuff over to like consoles and mobile phones, you know, using a stream with that. You just need to have an HDMI connection. So really, any device that has an HDMI connection, you can use most of what we talk about today to stream with that. So what are we going to need for this? Is it going to cost me a fortune? We are going to have some hardware with this. So it is going to have somewhat of a cost, but it's not going to be a huge fortune. And we're also going to need some software for this to work as well, which the software is actually free, so don't have to worry about that too much. And we're only going to really need three things here. One is a software that'll allow you to stream/record. That's going to be free. Another one is we're going to need an HDMI cable. Obviously, you're going to have to buy that. And we're also going to need a capture card, which we're going to have to buy that. Now, there's definitely some ways to do this without having to use a capture card, you know, HDMI. We can send it over the network and stuff like that, but that is not what this video is about. We're going to connect everything hardware-wise. Now, one of the main reasons why I like to do this the hardware way instead of sending things over the network is, it's probably really unrealistic and doesn't really matter, but I like to keep the internet as clear as possible in order to send what I need to over to the streaming service such as Twitch. And I use all these hardware ways to send the signals over their respective cables instead of the internet cables, so that there's not one wire carrying everything and sending it back and forth. And it's probably unnecessary, but hey, it works for me and I like it, and I'm going to continue using it probably until it doesn't work, or maybe if I try new things for you guys. I don't know. But I feel like I've talked for too long, so let's dive into this machine here, which is my gaming rig, and let's show you what you guys need in order to start sending this signal to this signal computer here, which is my streaming PC, but you guys won't be sending some bit of it. Let me show you how I do this. First, before we go anywhere, you're going to have to make sure that you connect your computers together with the HDMI cables. So just plug one end of the HDMI cable into your GPU and the other end into the capture card. Now on the gaming PC, we're going to have to install OBS. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to Google's and search up OBS. Simple as that. You could just go to obsproject.com as well, but you know, whatever. So then we're going to go to Windows, and because that's the system that I'm currently on right here. And then we're going to download it. So once the file is downloaded, you're gonna get something like this right here, this little guy. You're just gonna, you know, double click exe. You guys know how to install programs. I don't have to tell you how to install programs. I think you know at this point, but I'll tell you anyway. So you just hit the next button a whole bunch of times, and I already have it running, so I guess I can't tell you, but just hit the next button a whole bunch of times and get it installed. So once you have the program installed, this is what you're going to be looking at. A nice program with a black screen and scenes and a whole bunch of stuff. Now, this isn't going to be an OBS tutorial, so we're not going to go over any of this stuff. You can check out another video on that, but for now, we're going to have to get the display set up. So you remember when you plugged it into an empty GPU slot? It doesn't really matter what it is. Well, we got to make sure that's set. So we have to go to display settings, which you can either right click on the desktop and go to display settings, or you can click on this bad boy, start typing display, and then settings will come up. You go to here, you're going to be looking at this. This is the picture of your monitors. If you don't know what this is where your monitors are. You can hit identify. You can see the numbers in the corners. This one right here is where I have my OBS
OBS. It's where I have my capture card actually plugged into. So what I do is I just put it way up so I can't easily just switch over to it on accident, because I don't have a monitor for this. The monitor for this is the streaming PC on the OBS. So I never actually look at this thing. What you want to do is you want to make sure that this is extend right here. You don't want it duplicating anything, because if you have it duplicating what you're gaming on, you're going to be gaming at exactly 1080p, 60 FPS, no more, no less. You're going to be gaming what you're recording or streaming. So you want to make sure that it is extended so that we can do our little trickery, which we're going to go over later. So let's head over to the streaming PC and get that set up. So here on the streaming PC, again, you're going to have to install OBS and get that all set up with the settings that are appropriate for your machine and your internet. But once you get that all set up, you're going to have to get the capture card all set up. So what we're going to do is we're not going to use any software that the capture card companies actually make. Like, I know Elgato makes their own capturing software and streaming software and all that stuff. We're not going to use that because OBS is just far superior, and I mean, come on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to install the drivers for it. So whatever capture card you have, all you really do is need to install the drivers for it. So you can go, you might not even have to be honest. You might be able to get away with it, but most likely you're going to have to install the drivers, and you probably should. So let me stop rambling on about this and let's go do this. So what I have is I have the HD60 Pro from Elgato, and all you got to do is go to Google's, search it up, find it, and download it. So we got the HD60 Pro here, and oh yeah, I'm an idiot. So what you want to also do is search for the name of your product and then type drivers after it. Then the things will come up. Hardware drivers is what you're looking for. So my HD60 Pro right here, this is what I have. You just click on it and then you save it, and then that downloads, and then you're all set and good to go. And as you can see, I've already actually downloaded it. So again, I don't think I have to show you guys how to install a program. It's pretty easy. Just keep clicking next and get that installed. And then you're probably going to want to restart your computer. If not for the drivers, then for funsies, because I mean, it's not going to hurt you to restart your computer, but it might hurt you if you don't. So just restart the computer and let's get that going. While we're waiting for this PC to restart, I want to take this time to ask, if you are finding this content valuable, to please hit that like button. And if you know somebody who will benefit from knowing this information, please share it with them. Oh, good, now it's done. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in here in OBS, you're gonna create a new video capture device. And then you're gonna call it whatever you want. This is this. So that's what we're working with. And then what you're gonna do is you're not gonna go to your webcam that you actually you guys don't know about. You're gonna go to the capture card itself, and it's gonna work perfectly. As you can see, this is exactly what we were just looking at. Whoa, so editing this, I realized that it just worked, and because it just worked, I didn't actually end up showing you how to actually make this work. So let me show you this real quick. So let me just add something to this scene real quick. We'll add an image to it. Whatever. We'll just grab a random one here, and perfect. And what we do is we do this is the trickery. This is the absolute trickery. We do full screen projector view. All right. So there's two of them. So don't get lost right here. We're not doing the source. So if I click on this and I go, which monitor was this? 3? No. This one? No, that's the other one. This one, idiot. All right, so we're looking at this right here. And this is actually, it stays on top always. Oh no, I lied. So this is what we're looking at here. If I were to add another image to this, say, okay, add this here. Okay, so now we're looking at another image here, but it doesn't change over here. So say like I want like another scene, right? If I'm switching scenes here, then it's not changing in the background because we are only looking at the source itself. You want to go to the preview, full screen projector preview. You don't want the windowed one, because the windowed one will just do this, and then you can stretch it out and do whatever you want with it. We don't want that because we're taking the entire display and we're setting it to the capture card. So we want it to display on the entire screen. So we do full screen projector, and then we put it onto what the actual display is. So the display 2 is what we found before, And negative, this is the actual position of the display. So if we look at the display settings itself, so you can kind of determine which ones are which by the display settings right here. So we can see that 3 down here, 3 over here is negative 19 and 2 is positive, so it's over here. So we can see that this negative is up here, which the numbers don't make sense to me, but it's whatever. So I know that this one is actually my other one because it's the negative ones. It's the ones that I just used. So this one 0 0 right in the middle is this one. If we click on this, then whatever we use, so say this is the one that we're sending to the capture card, this is everything that we're sending to the capture card. So it would see the mouse and it would see everything. And then if I switch scenes, then we're actually seeing what's being shown in our OBS. So we're using one OBS to make a display, and then that's being sent over to the other OBS through the capture card. And that's how we get these things, and that's how we can like do some extra stuff with our stream, having extra scenes on our gaming PC and then having other scenes on our streaming PC, and it can get complicated, but yeah. So that's how you do it. The full screen projector preview. That's how you do it. And make sure that you extend your displays. So we got this going here. We can scroll down here and we can device default. We can go to custom here and we can make sure that, you know, resolution's all good at like 1920 by 1080 and do all that stuff. Or you can just leave it to device default, which should be fine itself. And then you're all set. You're all good here. So what's gonna happen here is, now you can see oh, that's the actual name of the source. So we're all set up. This right here is the audio that's going to be coming through the HDMI cord into this capture device, and everything's just going to work out. So if I head over to my gaming machine here, this PC here, I got my mouse working over here. What we can do is actually, let me open up some royalty-free music here, so YouTube, you can't demonetize me. Here we go. I got some fun guitar with ukulele going, and so one thing is, you can see that it's going, but you can't see that the audio is going at all. But the reason for that, let me turn down my actual speakers here so you can actually hear me. Like, so the reason why this is going, but you can't actually hear it, is basically because of my audio setup itself. So you can see that it's going through this device here. This is a whole audio spiel here. It's going through this, which I'm actually not sending to the capture card itself. We don't even have the capture card as one of the outputs here. So that is my issue here. So I can, if I change one of these, so change out the Corsair, we'll change this to, we should see the Elgato right here. We can see it down here. We can see it up here. We'll click on this. You can see Elgato now. And this is going to A4. So boom, you can see it right there. So this is all going. Everything is all set up and it's working perfectly, just like we want it to. The reason why I don't have that set up that way is because I actually have separate audio tracks for everything that I do. And I just like having everything separate. So yeah, it's, you know, whatever. So having separate audio is really nice, but I do want to let you guys know that anything coming out of your desktop sounds is what's going to be sent over to this. And if you want to listen to the actual game itself in your headsets and send it over to the capture card, you're going to need a software like this. So I guess we're going to need 4 things, but you don't need this if you don't want to listen to the game itself. Yeah, so pick up, I would recommend this right here, the software, Voice Meter. I would recommend learning Potato because it has all the options that you could possibly ever want. Well, there's probably more options that you'll want eventually, but this is the one that has the most options they have available. So pick this up, learn this. It really looks intimidating, but it's really, really simple to figure out.
There's obviously more that goes into streaming, like setting up a microphone, setting up lighting, what kind of camera should I use, what about my keyboard and mouse? There's so much more to talk about, but this video is just about getting your desktop picture and audio set up and ready to go. So if you think you are ready, I say go for it. But if you need a little bit more help, I'm here for that as well. I will have all the products that I use linked in the description and probably in a pinned comment as well. So now my question to you is, what is stopping you from hitting that streaming button? Or if you've already hit that streaming button, what do you think you need to improve upon the most? Let me know in the comments below. I can honestly talk about this stuff all day, and since this is just a basic showing, I should stop. So if you want to know more, check out the linked playlist. We'll be going over keyboards, mouses, lighting, cameras, really anything that you need to start setting up your stream. Plus, you can find out how I actually have a third PC stream set up. Well, that's it for now, so thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay different.